surprised when I saw this name because I would imagine it's a brand, unless we're going short here, that's probably not feeling the love lately. And so this week, AJ, you are taking a look at Guess Jeans or Guess
Yes,
the brand, ticker
the
symbol
brand.
GES.
Yep,
Where do we want to begin? What are you liking?
you're right. I do want to short it. So that let's start there. Let me go back in time a little bit here. I'm gonna take a look at 6 months. So yeah, Guess hasn't been the favorite. It's gotten into a sideways choppy pattern. And the reason why I want folks to take a look at Guess is because our fast MACD indicator is just kicking butt, identifying when to get into the trade. So now if I zoom into this price action since we've been going sideways, you'll notice, I get a couple of end of day signals, and I absolutely love end of day signals. So what that means is I don't look at the markets during the trading session unless there's a signal I'm acting on. I just come in after the market's closed and I see which signals have popped. If I get a signal, then I'll set up looking at that symbol during the next trading day and looking for an opportunity to, do whether it's open or close a position, right? So some of these end of day signals reverse, which is good because you actually want, if you get a signal, you want it to reverse without any sort of question the following day so that you don't make any mistakes. But then when you do get a good signal and you do get the other follow through, this has been playing through very well ever since we've been in this sideways channel. So yesterday we got a end of day signal. So yesterday evening we got an end of day signal that we should be shorting symbols, shorting either the stock or the other alternative is you can buy some put options, right? Um, I'm not getting the follow through today, so I haven't been wanting to place that trade. So, yesterday evening I said, "Oh, I'm going to look tomorrow, which is now today, uh, for an opportunity to short Guess Jeans." But that opportunity hasn't showed up yet. It may show up later. The market still has what, another 4 hours to go. So I'm not, worried about that. But as of right now, I don't have the follow through to go ahead and short it. But that doesn't mean it might not happen on Monday or Tuesday. So what am I doing? I'm looking for that follow through. I'm looking for that good signal and that good follow through for me to short this symbol or buy that substitute option. The substitute option I have my eye on is the Guess January 2026. So I'm pretty far out in time. $17.75 put. There's been a couple of special dividends that Guess has given, which has made the strike prices funny. So you might be saying $17.75. That's not a standard strike price. That's right. They adjusted those strike prices because of the dividend. But I'm looking at that. And let me tell you why I would be interested in that back month deep in the money put option versus shorting the stock. It's because if I buy that put option, it's a cash trade transaction. Whereas if I short the stock, well, the shorting the stock requires me to have a margin account. I might have to pay some interest to the broker for having borrowed their stock in order to short it. And it creates a whole bunch of other complexities where if I just buy some deep in the money, far out in time put options, and again, I'm looking at the Guess January 2026 $17.75 put options, that's going to serve the same purpose as shorting the stock.
Awesome. Guess Jeans, which owns a few other brands, I believe, as a holding arm. But yeah, I mean, if people are pulling back on McDonald's, I can only assume they're pulling back on their Guess Jeans. I mean,
Right?
you know.
That deep in the money, far out in time put option, as Guess Jeans drops in value, will appreciate in value. It's basically betting against Guess Jeans. And it also allows us to get into the business of selling put insurance contracts to other traders. So once we have those back month, deep in the money, far out in time put options in our holding, we can then sell put options. So the best time to sell those put options is when we get those bottom reversals. And if you're using our indicator, you're going to look for these light blue signals. And every time we got one that wasn't immediately reversed, like the one I'm thinking about specifically is this guy right here and this guy right here. These were not immediately reversed. We made a fortune on selling those premiums. And so, you set up your insurance business by buying that back month deep in the money put option I've been talking about. And then every time you dip low and reverse back up, you can sell that put premium. And it's just like selling call premium in reverse. And it works the same way. People pay you in order to buy put protection. So you might as well be in the business of selling put options for protection. You'll make a fortune.
And that's the name of the game here at Trading Trainer. Was this a name that came up in this week's mastermind session, or has this just been something on your radar for some
This is
time?
on my radar. I like so when we have our mastermind sessions, the way that those work is folks who are part of our program, we all show up together on a Thursday and they start throwing candidates at us to get our 2 cents on. And we start, letting people know what we're looking at, why we like this one, why maybe we should hold off on this one. And we wind up picking the one that looks like it's going to be the best bang for the buck. Yesterday, for instance, we wound up with 2 that looked really promising, so I put it back out to them and I said, "Which one do you wanna prepare during today's session?" And we voted and we picked one, and then we spend the rest of the session actually preparing a trade plan that everybody can follow. Um, in this case, I look for things that are just and call me lazy sip, but I look for things that, have clear black and white trade signals that are irrefutable, that makes it just like butter to trade. Like you get the signal and then you do the next thing and it's kind of guaranteed money. The guess is not the most popular name out there. So, our users sometimes are excited about what's hot or not in the news. So this has been something that's been on my personal radar. Talk about boring stock. I mean, Guess Jeans is boring stock. Talk about opportunity to short this thing. We just need to see that follow through. So far, we haven't seen that follow through today. We may get it a little bit later. Otherwise, I'll be looking again for it, maybe Monday or Tuesday.